Fit FM 96.7. Welcome you all to another exciting episode of Primal Sports Center. I'm your host, Dale.
And I'm Kane the Schwab Watson. And as my co-host said, it's time for Primal. Again, we have to big up all listeners out there. Fit FM 96.7, the Primal 4K app, Facebook, YouTube, all over the world. So thanks for joining with us. Without you, this couldn't be possible. And we have an interesting lineup today, Dale.
Yes, we have the man, the man of the moment, we should say, here in local football, Rudolph Speid, and capturing another Premier League football title here in Jamaica with Cavaliers.
Yeah, so
he will join us in just about 3 minutes' time, and he will tell us more about
the journey
to the title.
Because we all know that he won with Cavaliers a couple years ago. They fell off the mountain.
Yeah.
And now they're back on top of the mountain. So we want to hear from him, the man at the helm, all that process and what's going on in and around Cavalier. And we also know he's a part of the GFF setup.
Yeah.
From Jamaican football, you must know the name Rudolph Speid. So
and also a former player.
Yeah.
A big player too.
Yeah. That's before my time, but we hear the stories and all that. So who better to hear from him himself, the man himself. And last week at the stadium was a super final. As my cap said, I was at the stadium.
Yeah.
It was indeed a super final. And we said Cavalier won. They won on penalties after a 1-1 draw and playing in the overtime. They won 4-3 on penalties. And the match before, Onyx Gardens finished third. Whopping Waterhouse 5-1. But overall, it was a great turnout at the stadium. And football is live.
In
Jamaica, lively. The local football scene. And from here on, the support plus the level of the players only can rise with this support. And it's good to see
the marketing was good for not just this year. Also last year they had a good turnout last year as well. So we can see that football in terms of spectatorship and the marketing of the product.
One thing the number one thing in sports is the fan base.
Of course,
you can imagine you have quality football out there and nobody watching.
Nobody in the stands.
And I guess, as I said, this will raise the quality of the football. And it was quality football.
Yeah.
And hats off to the Premier League organizers. Running a wonderful campaign. And as I said, from here on out, it's only up. And I said, for me, the winner last week was football, local football, no matter who lifted the trophy. But somebody had to win, and I'm sure Mr. Speid was glad it was him.
Yeah.
It was a end-to-end action, toe-to-toe final. And after hats off to Mount Pleasant.
It was a rematch from last year. Yeah, rematch.
Hats off to Mount Pleasant again. And I said the winner was football, and they played a wonderful final. But Cavalier inched them in the last.
Yeah.
So
all three teams will go on to the Caribbean Cup
and all of that. So, as I said, it was dubbed super final, and trust me, the turnout. I think the stadium was, I would say, 80%.
About the halftime show, I didn't go, but I was entertainment.
We're going to get into that. But right now, I want to welcome Mr. Rudolph Speid, head coach of the Cavaliers Football Club. You hearing us, Mr. Speid?
Thanks. Yes, thanks for having me.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time, because I know you have a busy schedule, and I know you're headed to another football match soon, which, you'll brief us shortly. But right now, I want to jump into lifting the cup on Sunday. Tell us about that feeling in and around the camp of Cavaliers.
Well, we lost last year to Mount Pleasant. And some of the players they had a lot of emotions. But we decided that this year, we're going to take the time. Mount Pleasant did improve their squad over last year too. So we knew that there was a margin that we had to cover. And we just used the party games that we played during the year to cover that gap. So that is really what we did. We went into the game confident, but at the same time not overconfident, just taking small victories, a throw here, a free kick here, wherever we could get them. And we were just waiting for the moment when we could actually take the crown, because, I tell you, Mount Pleasant is really a juggernaut. It's not an easy team to defeat.
Yeah. I was at the finals and it was toe-to-toe, and you responded well, because going down 1-0, right away, equalizer. Boom. So as I said, and you seem to have a younger team than Mount Pleasant. So tell us about that core setup in the young Cavaliers team.
Well, what happened, is that Cavalier average is 21. Our oldest player, except the penalty taker, is 25. We started young players like 16 in the final. We did start them last year in the final at 16. Sorry, at 17. So is a policy that the club do have. In addition to some of those things, if you look at our starting lineup, 9 of those players came through our youth ranks. We made 5 changes, 4 of them came through our youth ranks. The other 4 on the bench came through our youth ranks. We have 32 member squad, which only 4 players in that squad would have not come to our youth program either before the age of 13 or while they were a teenager. So that is the nature of our team, and something that we pride ourselves on and try to develop. We are a development team mainly.
Yeah, so that means basically everybody on the field, I mean, like grew up together and they are in and around the same age. So that again would help cohesion on the field.
Yeah, and understanding, and let us not fool ourselves, that generation X, Z, sorry, they have their own language, right? They have their own way of life.
Yeah.
But so we thought it was a good idea to make sure that they are the ones playing together because and you will find that different things motivate them than some other older players. So they are just I think is one of the reasons why we gel so much. They want the same things. They all want to go overseas and play. They know they are still young enough to go overseas and play. So it's kind of easier to motivate them. Money would never be their number 1 or number 2 or number 3 motivation when they play. That's what I think is a plus for us.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about the end game for these young players that you groom over by Cavaliers. So I just heard you mention about going overseas. So is that you guys have a marketing team that an agent that market these players?
No, we used to have one agent, but we don't do it anymore. We have multiple agents. But I mean, last year when we came second, our team was really depleted. We lost 12 players, about 8 of them went overseas. Okay. This year, we had lost about 6 players that went overseas. 2 came back. But that's common, part of our team. We know we have to develop new players. So that is one of the reasons why we have so many young players. And our farm during the season could be pitchy-patchy because we ensure every single player gets to play. We don't matter what the result's going to be. Yes, when it comes to the playoff now, it's a different game. It's the best play in the playoffs based on what you have done as a youngster over the 40 games. So that is a little insight in how we operate. So the better ones will always get agents from overseas who come asking about them. And once we see an opportunity for a player, we don't hold him either. Even if we're going into the final like last year,
you check your audio. Check your audio. Yeah, go ahead.
We sent away our 2 best players, King and Atkinson, just about when we were near to the final. So that's how we are. We look out for the player first.
Yeah, definitely. And as I said, you have a system where it come up through the youth ranks. So you have an under 13 side, an under 16 side, and through that you filter to who should play for the big side, right?
Yeah, we have under 13, 15, 17, and 20. But usually we choose them from under 17. That's where we know if they are going to be good enough to play for the senior team. So we don't have a transfer budget. We spend less than 100,000 Jamaican dollar every year on transfer. We don't buy players who is playing in the league already. We don't take those players. We always bring from our ranks and develop.
Yeah, and develop through the system.
Okay, I know it's a semi-professional league we're trying to have now here within Jamaica. So tell us about the funding in terms of sponsorship for Cavaliers.
Is it the good? We have the lowest. We have the lowest budget. We have the lowest budget. Yeah. All 14 teams we spend the least amount of money. But as I said before, half of the team is 20 or under, half of the squad. So their parents know where they are every night, which is a plus for us because they more live the pro life than some of the older players because they go home every night, they sleep in their beds, parents know where they are. So funding for us is still a little problem, but probably not so much like other teams because of our budget. So yes, the Premier Professional Football Jamaica Limited, who has our rights, they will give us, something in excess of $1 million each month, so that it goes towards helping the expenses. And of course, there's a profit share that average out to about that. So it's still hard. You still have to get sponsorship. You still have to run your gate properly, etc. To be able to make ends meet. But I think we're not doing bad. In our case, though, we are fortunate in the last year or two to get some money for players that we send overseas. And also in the Caribbean Cup, as you know, we went to the final of the Caribbean Cup. We went into the CONCACAF League. Again, we were able to earn some money, so that really helped a lot.
Okay.
And this is your second time lifting the Premier League title as a coach?
Yes, second time.
Okay, so
But for the last 6 years, we have gone to every semi-final, and this is our third final in 4 years. So
all right. Okay, my next question is, which one's sweeter? Lifting this title, because I mean, you were on top of the hill, you lost last year, you came back, and which one to you was a sweeter journey? Although you're probably in the moment right now, so it's probably too close to ask.
No, this is, the old saying, the hotter the battle, this one was hot.
Yeah. So the hotter the battle, the sweeter the victory. So you give this one the edge, because I said, to the journey, to the whole season, and then now coming down on penalty kicks, I mean,
we had lost 3 finals before. We had lost the knockout final last year. We lost the Premier League final, and we lost the Caribbean Cup final. So we were really saying, okay, we have to break things.
Yeah, we say I have to take home something now, cause Yeah.
Who is a standout performer for this season for Cavaliers?
Well, Jalmaro Calvin is a Jamaican and he's also an Antigua and he has dual citizenship. He scored, for this year, he scored 16 goals and have about 10 assists. 3 was in the Caribbean Cup. I think he's probably the MVP of the league. But nobody seems to talk about him. But he hasn't even scored a penalty. They're all in open play. And for a player who's playing his first full season, because he played a season for us 2 years ago. Well, he was just a rookie. He played a few games. I think that, and he's only 20. I thought he's the MVP.
I would say he have dual citizenship. Can he represent Jamaica?
Yes, he has a Jamaican passport. He travels on whenever we go away.
Well, repeat the name again. Calvin, what's his first name?
Jalmaro Calvin.
Calmaro. Okay.
Jalmaro. I think he's for Antigua though, because they are just hounding him to play.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
Why wouldn't they? I mean 16
and Jamaica not calling.
Because with our host of talent as well, and we see like King and Atkin already had national call-ups. Probably they can again fit into the national setup sometime soon.
Well, King is the one that is consistent in there. We have Ming and Atkinson and Shanil Thomas, who sometimes get into the second level. But King is the constant one in all teams.
All right, so tell me now, we know you're the coach of Cavaliers, you're basically the boss over there. You also play a role in the JFF. What's that role? What exactly?
I'm the chairman of the technical committee, so I deal with policies, not operations, only policies.
Okay,
so we would recommend to the board a way forward. So like this Premier League setup, we are the ones who said, okay, that's the whole one, and set up a new structure. Things like coaching education, that was us. Women's Premier League, that was us. Club licensing, that was us. Most of the improvements, you see, the National Academy, that we now established that. So most of those things, that's what we do. Everybody only talk about when we recommend to hire a coach, I recommend that. That's all they talk about. But we don't even want to talk. That's not our job. That's not them talk about.
You deal with policies through the JFF.
So you mentioned the academy here. Tell us a little bit about the academy.
Well, it's Wenger's idea that the world is too far apart in terms of talent. And one of the reasons in our region is that we don't train enough and train enough at a younger age. So they have some money, up to 200,000 US a year. So we applied for it and they chose us. They also had 25 coaches and they decided to send one of them to Jamaica. So when we applied, our program was look good. So they sent one of those. They actually sent a coach from FIFA here to work with us in the National Academy. So the whole idea is to leave no stones unturned, is to make sure that we see every single talent. We even have money to hire a coach in each parish, so they'll be able to look at the talent in the parish and recommend them. And also we have 4 scouts now that works across Jamaica to identify talent, both male and female. It's really a comprehensive team, and I tell you how good it really works. You know, we have a under 17 World Cup qualifier next year, right? For 2025. The National Academy is also able to identify the team that is going to play in 2026. Now, under 17 World Cup is every year. And we identified the team already that is going to play in 2027. So we have an under 15 team going to Cayman, we have an under 15 team going to Malmo, and the under 16 team is in training now. We're going to go to Ireland. So it's the first in my lifetime, and I don't know about anybody's lifetime, we ever started a team 3 years before the World Cup. So National Academy is just a revelation.
Yeah, I think that would be that's definitely a good move, because I'm the one who I don't really like to see too many foreigners representing my country. You know, I want to see some local produce within the national team setup. You know, not saying they have to live here. Obviously, they're going to get contracts if they have the level to play good quality football. But I want to see real Jamaicans representing my national team. So that's a good move in terms of the academy, because that's something that I think that was missing.
The talent is definitely here, and with all those coaches, as I said, and coaches all across the island,
that's
we
a
can
good move.
unearth these talents, and then I said ship them out to the world and play in leagues all over the world, because that in the end game, it's work for them and bread, and they provide for the families and doing what you love, showcase their talent. I said, I mean, that sounds like a wonderful move. And you said 3 years before.
In addition to that, what we have also done, we have identified some top clubs who have a robust youth system. And we're trying to bring them underneath the academy. So we have identified 7 clubs so far. And I think 5 of them has agreed to be a part of it. So the same training would extend to these clubs. And we're trying to get more to see if we can use the academy system to make sure that we have that amount of training taking place all over Jamaica more regularly than just when there is under 13 competition, they come together 2 weeks before. So far, the 7 clubs we are invited because of their system was Harbourview, Waterhouse, Arnett Garden, Cavalier, Portmore, Mount Pleasant, Mobile. That's 7. So those clubs agreed to work with the academy, ensuring that the one structure prevail at the clubs too. Whatever the academy is doing, they are going to be doing it. And then we're trying to build out some more to save, you know, in addition to the parishes, because you have private sector involved, we probably won't miss anything which is good. So we're working on that.
Okay, so I'm guessing that I hear you mention about certifications and stuff. What about the prep and primary school coaches across the island? Is there some kind of mandatory thing that you must be qualified in order to even get that job to train youngsters? Because you know that's the most impactful age.
No, and I'm not clear ask that because our best project is coaching education. So a couple of years ago, we didn't even have a C license coach. Now we have 5 A license coach and 6 in training. We have nearly 100 B license coach, whether they pass or they are in training. We have 200 C license coach, and we have over almost 700 D license coaches. But the primary school, which is specifically asked about, between us and the Minister of Sports, and I have a sponsor, which I can't tell you what it is yet, because I know the coaches won't afford it. We have a very ambitious project. 500 primary school coaches spread over the parishes, 25 in each parish, will be trained at the D license level this summer. And then we have a year-long program for them to come up to C license by next summer. This will bring us in line with Europe, where primary school are coached by at least a coach with C license designation.
Yes.
That's our most ambitious project that we have embarked on, and we're going to make sure it happens.
Yeah, that sound good.
That sound like it answers your question.
Of course, because I know that at that level, you know, is very important, you know, because I've been to primary and prep school matches, and it's a joke, you know, in terms of what the kids doing, what they're taught, you know what I mean? So I know it's very important to start them the right way.
And that would definitely increase the level
of course
of football, because I've been to Europe before, and walking and I see some 5-6-year-olds playing, boys and girls playing together, and they're playing structured football. And I'm saying to myself, I wonder if this could happen in Jamaica, where you see 6-8-year-olds playing on a field with a coach just standing up watching them, and they're playing structured, not to just everybody rushing to the ball. So, I mean, we're heading in the right direction. I said, just like in Europe or other places where you start from that level, grassroots, and you have them in a system and play football. I mean, that's to me, that's the right move. It answers your question. And you're looking to do that next year and the year after. So, I mean.
No, we're starting this year. We're starting this summer.
This summer. Okay, sorry.
And we have a 1-year training program for them to bring them to the scene next year.
Yeah.
Coaching is a big part. So we have the talent, but yet still we have to harness the talent. And coaching.
Well, we do have the resources to do anything else. So we thought that education is probably the best way to try and go.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Speid. We're not gonna. I know you're heading on to a football field now. I know you're probably gonna do a coaching session right now. So, but I want to thank you for taking the time out to come here on Primal Sports and tell us about your journey at Cavaliers and also the future endeavors of the JFF in terms of coaching.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and congrats again on lifting the title. As I said, after the battle, the sweeter the victory. Yeah, man. It was a super final. Hats off for lifting the cup.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks. All right.
Yeah, that's Rudolph Speid. Yeah, that's great plan. I think that's where it have to start from, you know. Yeah, kids are impressionable. That's the age where they come like sponges. You teach them the right thing. Everything is like a domino effect. Everything just roll over. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Them in a system from early.
Yeah, man.
And football is a global sport.
I was at my prep school on Wednesday, and I sit there and I was watching, and I'm just shaking my head, boy. The lack of coordination, the lack of everything. And I'm looking, and I remember Ian Lynch, when we used to go to Mavisville, I remember Ian Lynch, our table tennis friend, was a good footballer in prep school. I remember Ian Lynch juggling from one end in a match, from one end, scrimmage match from one end to the next end without the ball touching the ground. Yeah. And I'm looking at these kids now, and I said, my God, what a big change. Well, you know, them don't know them left from them right.
Well, I mean...
And even the whole structure, as you say, everybody running to the ball.
And funny enough, we expect it to be better and you have more players that possibly...
No.
You have less coordination because, you have a tablet and... They don't go out as much, climb trees and all that.
Man.
I mean, I remember playing prep school football and I was coordinated.
Exactly. Could pass the ball, everyone not running to the ball. But as Mr. Speid said, it's a good move. You have to get the coaches more educated in football.
And coaching is...
It's important, man.
Yeah.
And without the coaches, you probably don't even have the sport,
You can't have the sport.
Like without Nanko, we probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah, in table tennis.
In table tennis, you get me? Yeah, so the coaches is the one who drive the energy and start the program.
People tend not to look at that more. They tend to look at the results and who win.
No, it's not the result.
Who scored that winning goal and who did this. But all about the development, and plus, even so in a team sport where you have so many different personalities, to manage those personalities. Yeah. And I mean, the players get paid more than the coaches.
Obviously,
But the coaches are very, very important. And
key.
Keep everything in check.
Of course.
Imagine there's no coach on the bench and everybody out there. Cussing and everybody cussing each other and all of that. Worse, as I said, in a team sport.
Yeah, man, it's worse in a team sport.
It must be worse because you have 11 different personalities on the field. And everybody feel like they want to do what them feel like for doing. Ooh, but I should have scored that and no.
Okay, imagine,
coach keep them in check and keep so coaching.
Are you playing interform football too? A man no want to come off for the field. You know when you want to support a man. A man no want to come off because you don't know that students are regulated students.
Trust me, I prefer individual sport than team sport. But I mean, I used to play a little football.
Yeah, man.
I tell you about. I think I'm glad I chose table tennis because in Jamaica, boy, with the team sport, a man a cuss and teammates and all of that. But I like with Cavalier how they set up the system.
From
the youth system comes straight up. And I said don't shop around. They do it from the roots.
And build them from
17. And they see who's going to make it and who failed to cast. Not everybody will make it to that top level.
Of course.
Still, you have to have a group to choose from. You have to have a pool.
Yeah.
Just like in table tennis with China. You have that pool and who at the end of the day comes through that pool will play on the team.
Yeah, the one with
so the best of the
most
best,
drive.
the
Yeah,
fittest of the fittest.
and more
And he's not
talent.
necessarily the one who's most talented.
Yeah,
He's the
drive.
one who is most disciplined, the one who is willing to learn, the one who is willing to play in the system, and the one who makes the teammates better and willing to play in that structure.
Yep.
So talent is just one aspect of it, but yet still you have to have that drive, and you have to have that discipline. As I said, and hard work. Hard work beats talent every day. So I mean, Cavaliers, and I said the stadium was, I mean,
Rocking.
yeah, man. You can't talk about the halftime show now. Oh, he wasn't there. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the controversy boss was there. I saw him in the stands.
I hear him talking
sitting in
about
the
beer vibes, as in BEER vibes.
I was sitting in the VVIP,
Yeah,
where, I had
up
my
top.
drinks and my food, and I'm walking around the stadium, and I passed the presidential box where, the politicians and, the big head sitters.
Babsy and everybody.
Babsy and, all of those people. And who I see in that presidential box? None other than the controversy boss. I'm saying, I'm in VVIP and I feel like,
Yeah.
and this man in the presidential box, I don't even say kid. You want a seat?
Yeah,
I tell you why. I tell you. The controversial boss out of studio, but definitely will give us sports commentary. And I think it's about that time now to hear what I'm saying with sports commentary. You ready for us, controversial boss, with sports commentary?
Greetings. Can you guys hear me?
Hearing you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Live, not from the presidential box. Live from Nashville, Tennessee. Sports commentary. How you guys doing? We doing good.
We're good.
So I want to tell you, I only had 2 small sporting events this week. Sport event number 1 was the finals of the EPGA. And I must give congratulations to Cavalier Football Club, which includes a Titchfield man as the head coach, technical director, Rudolph Speid. What a great match. Rudolph Speid is giving us the blueprint for how football should be developed in Jamaica. And we can't take anything away from that. The man have the Manchester United structure. He has an academy. He's taking the kids them from the road, growing them up. He's not like most Jamaicans coming to pick the best senior players. The man is planting corn and reaping corn. Not like many Jamaicans. But the finals was well organized. But to my eyes, I saw a standout player there that I must mention. There's a guy named Atkinson playing for Cavalier. And his years I haven't seen that kind of ball control. He's supposed to be a link man. I call him, I think he's more of an attacking forward. But I don't see any reason why this guy shouldn't be in the national setup. I spoke to Speid earlier on, and Speid said to me that this guy has been on the B level for Jamaica. Really? I mean, Bobby Rose is on the national side. So
Bobby Reid.
So I don't know how Bobby Reid get on in. It might have to do with the British connection. Because I don't know how Bobby Reid get on that side, and this guy Atkinson with touch and creates space very well and attacks very well. And I'm sure if you guys saw him, the poise him have under pressure, the control, the shot. He took a shot against the goalie. And even that goalie was also great. He saved that early shot from Atkinson. That has to be one of the best moments of class in the entire finals. It's a pity it went down to penalties, eh? But I think the deserving side won. I think that the side that persevered throughout the year and showed its class won the league. I think that Owen Hill, who was on Primal last week, I think that he put on a really good show. And yes, I did have a privileged position. I'm not going to take it away from them. I was sitting in a good seat. But the show was first class. But for all those who are wondering if life is sweeter in the royal box or in the champagne room, it's not sweeter. I think grandstand nicer. If you want to know the truth, I think grandstand is nicer than sitting side of Babsy. Babsy, as the case might be. But notwithstanding, the other thing I watched this week, the other thing I watched this week was the big fight between Tyson Fury and Usyk. And Tyson Fury won most of the rounds, to my eye. Tyson Fury won most of the rounds. As we had predicted, because Tyson Fury has an advantage of size over Usyk. But at the end of the day, Usyk caught him with a punch in the ninth that Tyson Fury was never really able to recover from. He wobbled around and he was saved. Yes, he wobbled around a bit, bounced from rope to rope, but he was woozy for the entire rest of the fight. And it shows you the difference one punch can do in a boxing match. But what I really want to talk about is that right after the fight, Tyson Fury announced that there was a rematch clause. And this is what I want to talk about. I do not like boxers getting rematch clauses. I don't think that if you're going to fight, you beat me, I'm vanquished. I beat you, you get a rematch. I don't think it's fair. And also, when they're writing this rematch clause, or rematch contract, they bear in mind that I want to see it. I don't want to see it. The fight will go exactly. The fight will go exactly as it did last time around. Tyson will dominate, dance around, and then take some rest in between. And guess what? Usyk will catch him at some point, and it will be good night, sweet prince. The only difference next time around is I think Tyson Fury will be totally knocked out in the next fight. And so I think that boxing should not have rematch clauses for champions. Champion, if you want to be the champion, defend your title when you get the chance. I don't think you should get an automatic rematch because Tyson Fury was woefully underprepared for this fight. He was traveling all over the world, going to watch various fights. I saw him at other fights in the crowd when he ought to be training. And there are lots of us who don't like training. I don't like training. But if you want to get a title defense in a brethren, you should not get a do-over. So I'm saying we should remove these automatic rematch clauses unless the fight is a classic. If the fight is a classic, let's have a automatic rematch. That's sports commentary. What say you?
Okay.
That was a controversial boss from Nashville, Tennessee. But, I mean, he didn't state that he predicted Tyson Fury to win.
Yeah, he predicted Tyson, and you predict Usyk.
Okay. And I'm being the shrub.
Because of the same thing Peter just mentioned.
I think that's why he left the island, because he didn't want to face the music. Yeah, because I haven't seen him since that.
Yeah.
Because I tell him that Usyk, the drive that Usyk has is different than the drive that Fury has right now in the point in their career.
Yeah, of course.
That's why I think.
Lucky punch in the night.
Oh, you're still with us, Catch Lucky
punch in the night.
But you just stated, if they have a rematch, who would you go with?
I would go with Usyk.
Why would you go with Usyk?
Because Tyson, his ability to take a punch has always been suspect. It's not the first time I've seen him in this condition. And it is sad that a man so much smaller than you can put out your lights.
Yeah. If it was 10 years ago, I'd go with Tyson Fury. But now, at this stage in your careers, I would go with Usyk last week and the next fight in the rematch.
All right, Ken, your victory. Good.
Yeah, you have to break it down in an analytical, like a jiu-jitsu fighter.
All right, Ken. Well done.
Well done. I do remember the phone lines are now 1-876-552-7406, and that's via WhatsApp only. I'll repeat the number again, 1-876-552-7406. Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about a little more about football. As we say, we're FA Cup champions. Manchester United defeated Man City 2-1 this morning, and most of Jamaica is buzzing.
Yeah.
As you know that a lot of Man United fans are in Jamaica, and I tell you, boy, from zero to hero, Man U fans are showing shade all over. Arsenal do with a cup, season without and then, hats off to Man U though. They won the FA Cup defeating Man City 2-1 today. It was somewhat of, I would say, a tactical final. Man City is position-based team, and they had more position on the ball, but goals win matches. And Man U went up 2-0, an early 2-0 lead, and held off Man City. And if I was a betting man, I'd bet on Man City to pummel Manchester United.
Yeah.
So this came as a shock win, but still have to give credit where credit is due. And FA Cup champions Man U, they had a rocky road to the final. Even from the semi-finals, they were up 3-0 against Coventry. Coventry, have the Jamaican connections with Lati Bodera and Casey Palmer. Coming back from 3-0 down to tie that match 3-3 and lose on penalties. But Man U held off again and I mean ride it. I wouldn't say a topsy-turvy season, more of just a downhill season. Not much to garner from the season, but they did so on match day, FA Cup final, and I mean, as I said, hats off to them. Also, we saw Leverkusen lifting the German Cup, also winning the cup last week, although they lost the Europa League final, breaking their unbeaten run of 51 games. They won the league with 28 wins, 6 draws. They had an invincible season. Went into the Europa League final early in the week and lost 3-0 to Atalanta. And then came back this weekend where they won the German Cup. They were trying to get the treble, but they lost one game for the season. I mean, still a formidable season, as I said, over stretching a 51-game unbeaten span and going all the way to the Europa League final to get undone by Atalanta. And then, as I said, closing out today winning the German Cup. So, and we see where Man City won the league last week on match day. I mean, winning 4 straight PL titles, never been done before. Winning probably 6 out of the last 7 cups, totally dominating English Premier League football now. And I mean, to go into the FA Cup final now to lose, still on a shadow on the season, but yet still closing out the Premier League season in fine fashion. Going unbeaten around the spanning, I think, 16 games or so. Yeah, so hats off to Man City for winning the Premier League. And I mean, Arsenal had one of their best seasons ever in the Premier League, finishing second to a Man City side that is just primed to win. So as I said, I don't understand how they lost today, but hats off to Man City winning the Premier League title. Hats off to Arsenal to having an incredible season as well. Finishing second, Liverpool to close out the top 3. 4th place, Aston Villa playing Champions League football next year. I mean, with the likes of Jamaica and Liam Bailey. I see him in the streets in Jamaica. He's in Jamaica enjoying himself. I mean, he's on holiday. Incredible season.
He's here for the World Cup qualifier.
One thing for sure, he's here. But I mean, Aston Villa is playing Champions League football next year, so that rounds out EPL. And I said, it was a good season. A good title race. One of the best title races. But as I said, City seem to own the league now, and people say it's turning into like a farmers league, like French league and Italian league and German league, where you have Bayern winning how much years and PSG winning how much years, Juventus winning how much years. But I mean,
I think that's a joke still to call it a farmers league, because when I look at EPL
I'm
this year, for the past couple of years,
I'm not saying it's a farmers league, but the thing is, the reason why people say other leagues are farmers league because they just have one winner over a span of time.
It's how they were winning. They were just
the winning is winning. But they win by an inch or a mile.
It's competitive.
City's
wins have been competitive. They have not been running away with the title. 10-point lead, 16-point lead.
But they have the measure. Close. They have the measure of everything.
So, yeah, they do. But at the end of the day, you find that teams is either they're dropping off or teams are catching up.
At the end of the day, when I win the national finals, you think people are going to say, Kane won 4-1, or Kane beat Peter 4-1 or 4-2. No, Kane just won the national title.
But it was
so when you're in the league, when you look at the list of champions over the past 7 years, you see Man City, Liverpool, Man City. I mean, it just looks like total dominance. Just like in recent times, PSG won the league a couple of years ago, where the top 5 teams were separated by just 5 points, 6, 7 points. And nobody said, it was competitive. Everybody's like, PSG are going to win that. So don't switch it up now, because I know you Man United fans like to switch up things.
I don't switch up things now. I was surprised by the victory today.
Just like in other leagues, Bayern won a couple leagues where Dortmund was close. I mean, they're saying the EPL is dominated by Man City. Now, just like how Bayern dominated the German league in recent times, Juve dominated Serie A in recent times.
Just their time.
PSG, as I said.
Just their time.
Yeah, it is their
just
time.
Their time.
Yeah.
So.
And Manchester is still blue. Not because of the FA Cup win today.
Half blue.
Manchester City is still blue. And have been blue for the past decade. But yeah, as I said, hats off to Man U winning the FA Cup this morning. And I mean, it shed little light on a dim season. And people saying Ten Hag is out. I don't know, not so sure now, but I mean, Man U fans are noisy neighbors again.
No, not really.
Beating their rivals, the champions of the EPL, 2-1 in the FA Cup final.
A big victory for them, man.
Big victory.
I watched the match.
A
And
beer
Trust me,
celebration right now.
I didn't watch the final. I watched the highlights and I
No,
got
yeah.
feedback from the match. And when I wake up, I see about 300 messages on my phone. I'm like, what happened today? What's a special 300 messages? When I look in a group, Man U fans chirping away.
Yeah, man.
They're back.
I watched the game in its entirety, and it was, as I said, it was a tactical game. It was one where it's like City was playing pin the tail on a donkey, and Man U was like, "You're not gonna find this donkey to pin the tail on." So they were basically trying to find that perfect pass, the perfect finish,
Yeah, Man City
while
style
Man U
football.
trying to hit them on the counter, hit them on the
Gritty
counter
performance,
twice.
yeah.
Hit them on the counter twice, score 2 goals, and
Kobe
typically,
Mino. And
Yeah.
Mino is a talent. I mean,
no, normally you will expect a team
English
2-0 up at halftime, come out the second half and just try to just consolidate and not score. Man U pressed same way. They went at it same way, and I think what the demise of City was, they were playing too high up the pitch, and that's how the 2 goals
I
scored.
saw a reporter asking Pep that if Man United were the better side on the day, and yes, what answer? Nope. That Pep said, no. Man U won though, so I said,
So
sometimes the better side of the day don't win.
Yeah,
The better side of the day don't necessarily win, but you win. You
Yeah.
get the result.
Yeah.
but
What is better though? They say the best
there
team.
you
They
go.
say the best team can't. The
What
best
is
team is the
better?
team that win. What is better?
Yeah. So you think that,
Depending on
another
the
question,
definition.
do you think that a side can outplay a side and still lose?
And they said that's a better
better team.
performance.
Yeah, it's a better performance.
Boy.
Better team of the day.
Why, man, that's a good one, you know.
That seems like a parody, but yet still. I
Yeah.
think that can be the case.
Yeah, I think
Because
so
I mean,
too.
you have misfortunes, you have
Yeah, man.
luck, bad luck, you have good luck.
But it all depends on the definition of better
but I mean,
what is better?
performance.
precise. But what if your team?
If you're
just-
talking about performance in terms of how you actually play the
'cause you might
game,
get goals.
or performance in terms of you have scoring goals.
you can be
depending-
wasteful, you can be wasteful, and do scoring a goal and get all these chances, and then
Yeah.
score 1 goal and lose 1 love.
Yeah.
And still be better.
But for me, I would side with that one still. I think you can play better and
and
lose.
still lose. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
play better and still lose. But at the end of the day, winning.
Is winning.
Winning
what
is winning.
counts.
Winning is
Yeah,
winning.
winning.
Winning is
We
winning.
play the game
I would
to
side
win.
with the best coach in the world, you know, Pep. I would side with Pep on this one.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I side with Pep.
And the thing is, when you look at Pep's journey of coaching, I think Pep has coached for how much seasons now? I think around 14 seasons. And he has won 11 times. And the 3 times he has lost was to some record amount. I think it was Liverpool with 99 points.
Yeah.
To who else? Chelsea
Chelsea.
with 93 points. And I think one other time was it when he lost to Real Madrid on one league, and Real Madrid 100 points.
Yeah.
100 points.
Wow.
In his Pep is just collecting trophies. No matter where him go, and then to beat Pep, you have to have this remarkable season.
Yeah. That's remarkable. 93 points.
100 points.
93 points, 99 points, and 100 points beat Pep. The 3 times he
It's
never
like
lose
if
a
I
league.
blow out this money for
And he's not like he lose by far neither. Him right there and barely lose. So
Yeah.
I mean, hats off to Pep where is when it goes down in the record books when he retire.
Of course.
I mean, he probably look to coach a national team further on in the future, probably Spain, as you know he's Spanish, so he probably coach Spain later on down the line. But when you look at his club career and he's collecting all these trophies, Pep might be the greatest coach of all time.
Of course, it's hard for you to say anything
Right
else
now,
apart
people
from
still
that.
on the Sir Alex bandwagon because of what
Yeah.
he did. Not only in Man U, he won in Scotland, came across. And I tell people this, Man United, before and after Sir Alex Ferguson is nothing. And them roast me for that, but hey, if you have a problem, call in and just, I mean, we can have a debate about it.
Yeah.
But Sir Alex Ferguson, to me, is still the greatest coach of all time. But by time Pep finish, I think
His name
Pep
will be there.
Pep gonna rack up all these stats, and I mean, how much Champions League Sir Alex have?
2.
How much Pep have?
2.
2 Pep have?
2.
More than 2, man.
How much you won with Barca? He
How much
didn't win.
Win with Man City, right?
1.
Yeah, how much you win with Barca?
1.
You sure it's one him with Barca?
1, man.
I forgot double check.
Double check.
I forgot double check that.
Yeah.
I don't think he has 2.
I think I three Marvin. I forgot double check that, you know. I think
So
it's
Ronaldinho,
coaches
them,
have
oh
three,
no,
you
him run Ronaldinho the year
Rijkaard,
after.
them.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Rijkaard.
yeah.
even so, I mean,
1-1
but
with Messi.
Pep, a big coach. To lose today though, to man you and know it burn him. But again, you know, it's a final and a 1-half final. It's tough. It's tough. So I think winning the league is even tougher because over a stretch of 38 games and
Yeah, man, it's
you have
tough. Definitely hard.
injuries
Yeah,
up
he's
and
has
down.
three.
I'll tell you 3, man.
9-11 and 09-11 and last
That's what they call me the shrub, you know.
3.
You know, yeah.
09.
Yeah, man.
2 with Barca,
And
1 with,
yeah,
with City.
yeah. He lost with Bayern Munich. I mean, that was it should have gone all the way, but I mean, it's even tough winning Champions League in its own. But Pep track record is undoubtedly great, but I know this loss will hurt him, and I think, yeah, football is about to wrap up.
Yeah.
Football is wrap up. We know we have the Copa later on in
Yeah,
the,
we have the World Cup qualifier against Dominica on June 6th, National Stadium.
That's coming up.
It's a
guys.
Thursday.
Yeah.
So-
So we have international duties over the summer. Club football is.
You think Bailey will be invited to this one?
No.
No, he's still
I
out.
think Bailey will be back in the setup sooner or
Wait,
later.
At
June
what
6th?
point?
6th of June?
June 6th is the World Cup qualifier in the National
Oh, in
Stadium.
2 weeks' time.
At some point. in
That's
time.
2 weeks
He's
from now.
young. I mean, he's one of our best footballers. I mean, he voiced his opinions. I mean,
So we got a list of the squad yet?
no.
No?
I
Squad
see a
is being
fake
kept
squad.
a secret.
I see a fake squad circulating, but
Oh, that's not the
fake
real-
news. That's fake news.
Squad is being kept a secret.
Yeah, but we have a host of talent to choose from. But as I said, I hope they choose the best talent and the best fit for the team. Not because you're the most talented means you have to be in the setup.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to work with others, work with the coach, and sacrifice
Work with the
for
system.
the team.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
the other day I was involved in a conversation with somebody and I found he mentioned something and I really found it distasteful. So the conversation will be mainly about who is the best or the best team to represent Jamaica in the World Cup qualifiers, and I was chiming for some of our local talents to be a part of that squad. And most persons were saying, no, we need the best team, and if the best team is the English-based players, then it's the English-based players. And one person said, if you want to give the local man them experience, send them go Copa.
The English-based or the English-born players?
English-based.
Oh.
English-based and English-born is one of the
No,
same.
Carlian is
that's-
English-based, but
Yeah,
I
but
just
what
wonder
I'm
if you
saying-
mean
no.
English-born players.
English-based.
You sure not English-born
Both
players?
English-born, English-based.
okay.
Yeah, but that's a local players. I mean, in ones representing the
Premier
JPL.
League?
Yeah.
Oh,
Local players is
okay.
JPL.
Oh, I just want you to clear that
English-based is
up for
the
the,
ones
for the
overseas.
audience. I want you to clear that up.
So-
So, yeah.
One person was saying if you want to give the local man them experience, send them go Copa.
Which local man, though?
Anyone we feel deems fit for the squad.
Why not have a
and
mix?
I'm saying
Why not have a mix?
exactly my point. Why not have the mix?
not have a
Is
mix?
look away for
Not
say
everybody's up to that.
Well, what you guys think about Peter with Atkinson? You think he
Yeah,
deserve, should be in the,
I think Atkinson is better than Kaim Dixon.
well, they play different positions.
oh, you think Kaim?
They're both attacking players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I watched match and Kaim Dixon, although he scored two
goals
and assisted one, to me, he should have scored at least 6 goals. And him did the same thing every time where he's on the right side, cutting in. Him cut in, the ball is on him left, and him still kick the ball with him right foot.
Ironically, the first goal he scored
And the
was
first
with
goal him
his left
scored, him cut in and kick it with him
left foot. And
and
I don't
scored.
know why.
And him cut in 4 times after that
And use him right.
use him right. And I'm like, you're
think
doing the
he-
same thing and expecting a different result.
Oh, I was
Where-
wondering if him kind of being creative and just having some fun on the pitch. I don't know. Got him 2 point,
Yeah, the second goal was a 2 point.
I just wondering if him just playing around. I don't know.
No, him look upset that him
Him
never
miss-
scored a goal.
Okay.
Because him
all
know
right,
him should
all
do
right.
better.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah.
see him get a chance to correct himself and do it again. Him get a chance to do it again. And plus, what you did before worked.
Yeah,
And
so-
you're going against it. And then you do it again and you do it again.
So what's Atkinson attribute? What's
I think he has a better IQ.
overall?
Don't
He's
get me
more-
wrong, Kaim Dixon is a talent that can
lethal.
be honest. And I think both should be in the setup. But
Yeah.
I give Atkinson the slight edge over
Over
him
him.
based
Okay.
on IQ. But
Okay.
both, I mean, that can be fixed in and around the system or would help all of that. But I think both have a chance to be in the national setup. But I mean,
We'll
they
see.
have room to improve. And I said, with local based players like those, should be in around setup, and I think it can help their game as well. Don't just, all right, as I said, English based players or English born players.
English-born players. Yeah, that's what I was
Just
saying.
bring them in. We can get to that level, and we have the talent out here, but you have to harness the talent and let them see. I mean, get them in the film room.
If we
show
give them confidence,
that,
too.
show them
That's
that,
what,
all right,
that's what they
this
really
works,
need.
that
Yeah.
works, all of that. I mean,
Yeah.
'cause we all make mistakes out there.
Yeah, man, them need
I'm not saying
confidence.
it should be perfect out there, or I mean, we're not prone to errors, but yet still, that's where coaches, as I said, come into play in our own system, and not just a head coach. You have to have other coach for other things as well, where fitness and all of that.
But even
So
with-
this
attribute
But even
on the
with the
field.
World Cup qualifier coming up, I'm not bashing Dominica Republic, but it's Dominica. I think some of
Dominican Republic.
Dominica, sorry. I think some of our players, local players, should be involved in that game. And I say that it's not a good Dominica team, but come on, give them a chance to showcase themselves.
The two-leg.
Two-leg. Give them a
Nothing wrong
chance.
with that. Yeah, Karim Dixon should be playing that.
Yeah, stadium will be
Atkinson.
full. I'm sure if I can get a Kareem Dixon, my boy from Mount Pleasant, I forget him, I remember him right now, but he's one of the strikers at Mount Pleasant. If I can get him to come in, Kareem Dixon to come in, and probably Atkinson, I'm sure people will come out to the stadium and say, well, love a cheer ball of them.
Because I mean, if you come out to the stadium, last week the turnout, 80% of the stadium full. If you have a couple players
from the local team coming out. So most persons are saying bring in the English-based players, and I'm like, come on, dude, we have the local talent here. Where's the encouragement for the local players who are playing?
I think there should be a mix.
You have to have a mix, because you don't really want to take no chance. I hate to wrap up already, so. Although Haiti is a quality team still.
Playing good football. Dominican Republic playing good football too.
Exactly.
I look at even the 98 squad, when we invited a few of the local international guys, English-based guys, to come into the squad.
Yeah.
When you actually look at even a fixture Simpson, not a lot of persons thought fixture Simpson was Jamaican because of how he played, that hunger, that fight. Paul, all the same thing. So when persons say, no, man, not England. I think the only thing that separated Dean Burton from everybody else was that he was brown. And them say, oh, Englishman, that light skin. Englishman.
And they look like Ronaldo when them just come. Everybody was saying that Jamaican Ronaldo. Ronaldo from Brazil.
These ones that we have, lot of them don't have that doggish fight, that hunger for it, because they weren't born with that Jamaican hunger to want this, man, go feed. So they look laid back on the field, and they don't look like they have that.
Pretty boy too.
Yeah, exactly my point. So if we can get a couple of our local
Damon Low, rough out there.
Rough point. And I think that is what is
that's why
missing
the
in
coach
our program.
always, no matter even if you talk about them, man supposed to bench, If not bench
And you
them,
know you're not technically gifted like
the rest of them,
You have a final if you put it on the field.
Of course.
Deshaun Bernard, better defender.
Pinnock,
better defender.
Latty Bodier, better left back.
Mariapa, better defender. Damon Lowe, out there, defensive.
Somewhere.
Find him to put, because that man play with him heart and soul out there.
I think the
players like those,
yeah,
you need them in the setup.
It means like a short Malcolm in
the Peter Cargill type, rough house.
Working hard.
Looking forward to.
It's 2 weeks time, just right around the corner.
May wrapping up now. Today is May 25th. So I mean, in a couple of weeks time, we're on the international scene, and you don't know, we keep it Primal. We'll have everything tuning here. I mean, once it's at the National Stadium, we're going to turn out. We're going to be there. Just like how we were at Sabina Park week before for the semi-finals. But I think that's a wrap on football.
Yeah, man. I would just have a brief thing. I just want to tell you guys that today, not just you guys, but even the listeners and viewers out there, that today is the election for
general election.
The table tennis. The table tennis election here in Jamaica. It's currently happening right now.
Really?
At SDF, the sport. Sure. Yeah, so they're voting on who's going to be the new president. You have three candidates. You have, I heard that Lamont is now out. Samuel has dropped out. So we have Colette Palmer and Ingrid Graham running for the presidency of the Jamaica Table Tennis Association.
So
So
like
in just about maybe a half an hour, we should know who is the winner. Maybe less than a half an hour.
By next week, I can retire. Announce that I'm unretired.
I have no clue. Either way, I think you're gonna come out of retirement. Either way, it doesn't
People asked
matter.
me to come back and play.
Yeah.
I mean, something happened the other day that opened my eyes where I think that I'm going to play some table tennis.
Yeah.
Especially for next year.
Yeah, man. But it will be good because we need to start off. We need to start afresh. Cause this election should have been what, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And it's been holding back the sport a little bit. So now that we're going to get a new president today, so we hope that we can move forward.
Well, we're definitely going to get a new president because the president is not
exactly. We're going to get a new president because Angelo is not running back. Yeah, well.
It won't be a Trump situation.
Speaking of Sabina Park, cricket is back.
West
Indies having South Africa on Thursday. We witness
Labor Day.
They labored, but not in vain.
Yeah. I tell people talk about cricket that boy, I made a mistake and take South Camp Pro because held in the country. And the amount of traffic
man, people
was on South Camp Road heading to Sabina Park.
Going this weekend.
Yeah, matches today.
Yeah, much going on right now. And one is tomorrow. So
West Indies won on Thursday.
Yes.
Won by 28 runs, beating South Africa. And now down there, where they are presently 207 for 7 after 20 hours. So that's their score, West Indies. And South Africa now are what? 9 after 1 over. 9 without loss, so 1 over.
Okay.
So we're going to go up 2-love today then.
Well, hopefully, I would like the 2-love, but I would prefer 1-1 going into Sun tomorrow.
Yeah, you like the drama.
Yeah.
Crowd going to be out tomorrow regardless. It's Sunday.
And it's
People
Sunday.
go and watch some cricket tomorrow down by Sabina Park. West Indies playing South Africa about
2 p.m.
I mean, people down there,
Yeah.
people filling up the stands to watch cricket, and it goes to show that why we never get a T20 World Cup match. And I see the brand ambassadors are Usain Bolt, Chris Gayle, and I see Sean Paul and Kess with the anthem, with the song. So you're Jamaican just in the mix for everything.
That was
and
so.
we still not. We don't get a match.
Exactly my point.
One
of our biggest artists of all time, which is Sean Paul, in terms of the crossover. Sean Paul, Usain Bolt, one of the greatest athlete of all time. Chris Gayle, one of the biggest cricketer of all time.
Biggest T20
cricketer of all time. And we don't get a match. And they're using the Jamaican people to promote and market. And we don't get one match.
But yet still we can host these matches. So how can we host these friendlies, but yet still we can get one World Cup match, 2 World Cup match?
I tell you.
Playing a fly come on Jamaica?
And that man said, it's very sad. And I tell you, if we had 1 or 2 matches here, I tell you the place ram up.
I'd go.
Yeah, man. The place car.
I'd be, you know where I'd be too?
Yeah.
On the mound. That's sure. But it's good to see the West Indies, getting a victory on Thursday. I mean, I think they in a position now where we can go up 2-love and wrap up the series 3-love tomorrow. You want a 1-all.
I love a 1-all.
And to win 2-1 tomorrow. But I don't want to leave the chance. Win today and win tomorrow. Just keep winning. And I mean, all the best to the West Indies team out there. And I say, if you have time, tomorrow, I mean, the match is now in progress. If you're not there already, if you have time tomorrow, go down by Sabina Park and take in the lovely West Indies.
Game 3.
Yeah. So
at 2 p.m.
Cricket is
back.
up and about at Sabina. People say football players Sabina, party there Sabina.
Cricket is back.
Cricket is back.
So if you want to watch some cricket, it's
Sabina Park.
Yeah, man.
All right, so you know it's time for Froggy in 5.
Oh, jeez.
People. Froggy, your time.
Local football versus international football. We have been blessed with so many local talent. And it's sad to see that a lot of our local talents are not being able to push themselves into the national program. And we have seen a lot of YouTubers pushing for the overseas talents. Most recently, Reese Nelson been spotted with Joe Willock. I guess he's now the new face, or one of the faces to be joining. And I'm saying, what about our local guys? What about the Busy Atkinson? Right? What about the Richard King? They were a part of the setup before, but they have somewhat fallen off. Why are we not championing for our local talents? Why are we not pushing their names out there? More persons are scouting for international talent. And when we have persons right here who can do the job just as any order of the international players. But then, in the past, we used to rely on, most players relied on skill. You needed a skill to get through. Not saying that we don't need a skill now, but modern day football is about a system of play, and if you can find a player that fits your system, regardless of how good he is or not, once he can play within that system, and he can give it 100% out there, then he fits the bill. You're telling me that we don't have local players who can play in Hal Grimson's system and give their 100%? You're telling me that we don't have a Bobby Reed type of player here? We don't have a Liam Bailey type of player here locally? We don't have a good enough defensive midfielder here that can do a job, or a good enough defender that can do the job here? We have probably one of the best goalkeepers locally from Mount Pleasant, and he's not in the national setup. We have probably one of the biggest talents right here locally in Kaim Dixon, and he's just making his way into the national setup. But who is he going to replace? So I'm championing right now that all the scouts out there in JFF, and even our technical team, Rudolph Speid, are part of the technical team, technical committee. You know the players, get them involved. Get them involved a little bit more. And I remember a couple of shows ago I mentioned that we are going to end up in the same situation with Tapa and Paul Hall, where you had an international squad and you had a local squad. And we are heading down that journey again. And if they don't nip it in the bud from now and get our local players involved a little bit more, we're going to find ourselves having a local-based squad and an overseas-based squad. And the contention is going to go again. Why is our local players not being involved? Hal Grimson, you're using a system and a style of play. You have players here that can fit that style. Use them. Bring them to the fore. They are able to do the job that you want them to do. Don't just think that, hey, they're not technically gifted or whatsoever, because you have players out there on the field who are internationally, who are playing, and they're not really technically gifted as well. Use our local players and get them in. I'm championing for that right now. Look at the stadium. And look at how the JPL final was run. Look at the players that were out there giving their heart out. Even when Waterhouse was 4-0 down, they're still playing. Come on, man. Give them a chance.
All right, that was fragging.
There's a lot of football in the air.
Yeah. Football. I mean, we understand what you're saying, and we all agree.
At the end of the day, you want to play for your country. You know? That's the end
Paramount.
goal. I wouldn't say the end goal, but that's everybody wants done the national colours, and people have the opportunity and going against it. You have people out there fighting to apply their trade and not getting the opportunity. So, I mean, it's that.
I think there's some rule out there as well. You know, you have to, if you want to move on to the next level, I guess you have to have some caps. Some 75% or whatever.
Some people are putting out the maximum effort to get that national call up and feel they should be in it and want the opportunity to go out there. And, you know, some people, if they even just sniff a chance, can make the best of it. So sometimes you have to give that opportunity. And when that opportunity comes knocking, make sure you're ready. And you go out there and perform to the point whereby them can't drop you again. So you know that hunger. Just like how I touch on the Fury Usyk fight. The reason why I gave Usyk edge was because of the stage in career and the hunger that he has. If it was 10 years ago, I think Fury, when he was hungrier, would dispatch a Usyk in no time. So you have to get players hungry, willing to go out there and sacrifice.
You
get that chance to be like, all right, you know.
But you said it yourself, younger, when you were younger and playing table tennis, you had to sit out there and watch the seniors playing, and as soon as I say, okay, you're ready.
Jump up and ready for play, man. Jump up and ready for play. Right, tick off place and say, who me beat and who me beat, and me want to beat you. Me want to be, you know, the top dog. So.
How long now Hal Grimson been here? Like a year and a half?
I don't know, 2 years.
I think now he has gotten enough time to kind of see the whole landscape and the players and from different parishes.
He's embracing the culture now.
Yeah. So when he came in, I guess he have to be taking instructions from other people because he never really know the players like that. So I guess eventually you will get what you want. Well, we will get what we want because we want more local.
He wasn't even at the stadium during the JPL final, and he should have been there. But I know the scouts, a couple of his scouts are actually there.
Yeah, man.
I think he should have been.
So I think this time around, well, I'm hoping that this time around we'll have more inclusion in terms of the local players. But no,
We'll see.
this is his year though.
Yeah.
This is his time.
Yeah,
This is the time. No,
This is the time. You
there's
get
no
it.
more excuses.
No more.
You get all of the rope. So.
Yeah, man. All right.
Yeah.
That's it. So we'll move on to
But
the hot
NBA?
thing now, the NBA, the playoffs, the Western and Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, we saw where the semi-finals of the conference wrapped up.
Yeah.
Dallas came through, as
4-2.
we both predicted.
Yeah.
Minnesota came through in Game 7. We didn't see that one coming.
No, we never said that.
We
Definitely
could
not.
not predict one.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
Pacers came through. We predicted Knicks as well.
Yeah.
Pacers and
Knicks
is
win
battered.
the injury
injury
because
all over. Even they did win.
yeah, it would have been
go
a
up
walk.
against Boston.
No chance.
Yeah.
No
And
chance.
we see where Indiana now having a slight injury. Halliburton might be out for
Halliburton,
Game 3.
yeah.
Game 3 is tonight at 7:30.
7:30.
We see where Boston take a 2-love lead, going down to Indiana trying to take a 3-love lead, which to me is history
done.
proves unsurmountable.
Yeah.
So
I think
I
it's
still have
a-
Boston beating the Pacers. I mean, Pacers did well in Game 7
4-0.
in New York. Yeah, man, 4-0. But to
4-0.
touch on the road that Pacers,
Yeah.
they closed out in Game 7, and I mean, Pacers shooting a high percentage.
And they gave away the first match against
Gave
Boston.
away the first match against
Vanessa
Boston.
just drive on her own.
We have Pacers outlasting the Knicks,
Mm.
and to me that Game 7 Pacers was just shooting lights out.
Yeah.
That Game 7, I mean, we couldn't have predicted that. Well, we could have because
Yeah.
it was an even series. We both get Denver the edge in that Game 7, but both Game 7 we saw road teams winning, and to me that was remarkable in that Sunday there. I was at the stadium watching the Premier League final and also keeping note of what's going on in basketball. But hats off to the Pacers. I mean, conference finals, and I mean Rick Carlisle coaching a well-rounded team.
Yeah, man. New York team. I thought that the New York players played too many minutes. I know Brunson got a hand injury. It was a hand injury, but you're bound to get some form of injury. You're fatigued, your body fatigued. You're playing almost the whole.
Yeah, but
the whole
remember
game.
they had key injuries too. Robinson out, Randall out,
Randall out, yeah.
Bogdanovich out.
Yeah.
Ojub has been injured.
Yeah.
Who else am I missing? Somebody else has been.
But this coach, what's his name? This New York coach is known.
Tim Thibodeau. He's known to play
He's
players.
known to run the players them down, and
Josh Hart got an abdominal injury in game 6.
that was bound to happen.
Yeah.
Josh Hart playing
48 minutes.
high level, a 48 minutes
And
non-stop.
it's not like him play like Luka.
Exactly my
The
point.
man play fast pace.
The man don't rest.
Run
The
up
man
and down. It's not like
collecting
him-
10,
him play
11 rebounds
defense.
per
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Him,
No,
him a
it
jump out to the
it was
gym.
bound to get hurt. It was bound to get hurt.
Knicks had a depleted squad.
Yeah, man. I know
looking
that.
into the future, they have to go in the trade window and get a deeper squad
Of course.
and get a rotation that can look to go deeper in the
I don't
playoffs.
like
Brunson-
Randall. I think they should trade Randall.
I think the speculation they're talking about trading Randall for DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, man, I think they should trade him. I think him upset the chemistry of the team. When he's there's a bit of a ball hog. Yeah, I think they should get rid of him and get back 2 pieces for him, Maybe one and a half. But if you get DeMar, I don't like DeMar either. He's a good player doing it, but I don't really like
I
DeMar.
think he would probably be a good fit.
Nah, you need somebody else. You need somebody else on that
Just
team.
like how
You know what I like on that team? I like Siakam.
Siakam to me, Siakam is the key for Pacers.
I know, as I said, it's a player like that.
exactly,
And I
for
definitely, if I'm trading, it's
Everybody
a player like
says
that.
Halliburton is the star, but
No,
to
man,
me,
I think Siakam is the
just
man.
that-
Siakam is the man. Of course.
Siakam do everything on the court. Yeah, and him unselfish.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, but,
exactly.
I
But Knicks gonna need a couple more pieces if they really want to contend for the title
And that's a
next
key
year.
part in running for the championships because we saw even where the trade deadline, to me, where Dallas turned it around was getting pieces of the deadline where they
Gafford
got
and-
Gafford and PJ Washington.
Washington, yeah,
where we
man.
see now they're playing big minutes in the playoffs, and both came from sides that were not doing anything.
Yeah,
And they're just playing, but then now they're in a setup where
yeah,
they're valuable
yeah, man.
That
players
Size and defense and scoring.
and great. Yeah,
3
attack
and
the
D,
rim.
PJ,
Three,
what?
3 and D.
Yeah,
and you know
man.
Gafford get at least 1 block a game.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
course.
At least one, you know.
Yeah, man.
And him quick, and him can guard on the perimeter as well. Him have size and him quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the Knicks, I think they need to have a good GM, just like how Dallas has a good GM.
Yeah.
But that's where you add pieces
Yeah, man. You need
to
some
your
moves.
roster where you can go deeper in the playoffs.
Complementary
That's what
pieces too.
Knicks has been failing to do for the past 50 years.
Yeah,
You might
yeah.
have a one-star here and there, but you have to put people around him.
How about KD? What do you think about KD going
He
to
can
New
go
York?
to the Knicks.
I think KD can fit into any system.
Yeah.
I don't think
KD
KD.
is a Robin, you know. KD don't want to be a Batman. You know.
Exactly.
KD
And
just,
I think KD could be a good fit. I don't know if he's gonna stay with the Suns, but
No.
definitely New York, KD would be a good fit with the Knicks.
you know, Knicks more of a gritty type.
But they need
extra.
that scorer though,
They need extra
with
scorer.
height and can also defend
What do
and
you think
get
about Zach
rebound.
Levine?
Hell no,
Zach
nah.
Levine.
Zach is just a 3-point shooter. Yeah, I think KD is the best fit for New York.
But even so, you're looking for the future. KD have 2 seasons left.
I think
You don't give up so much for KD and pay KD $50 million?
KD
Not
can take a
50,
pay
but-
cut, man.
KD taking
KD can take a pay cut, man.
KD go pick up for what? KD been there, done that. William Rings. Why would he take a pay cut to go to
Because he
MSG?
want to play ball. He want to play
But
ball.
him fine with it.
Phoenix,
He
you
go get paid.
think him good at? I think him should go to New York. I think
You
KD should
like him business?
go to New York and create a little history.
I think Steph Curry should go to New York.
Steph,
How about J-Man? You think J-Man would suit New York?
yeah, German definitely is a New
Yeah,
Yorker.
man, J-Man give you suit
Yeah,
New York.
definitely a New Yorker.
Switch Randall with J-Man.
Yeah,
And then
well,
get more pieces. Yeah. J-Man have a little left in him. And J-Man can take a pay cut.
yeah,
You don't need to pay that, man. I'm a problem, man.
yeah.
J-Man would suit New York more.
Of course, yeah. Well, I agree.
But
But
Knicks had a good run. I mean, I wanted them to go to the conference, final,
conference.
but I think the better team and the healthier team
Yeah.
made it through. Even better to watch. Although they're down 2-0 now, they gave away game 1. But Knicks, I wouldn't say the season is a success, but we're going to look forward to
There's
the
a
next
buzz.
year.
There's a
There
buzz
was
now. There's
back
a buzz in
And
New York.
For New York to be this big city and not have a buzz is a travesty. So New York basketball is live again. MSG, people stand up. So if you're a Knicks fan, which you know another Jamaicans in New York. So if you're a Knicks fan, Knicks have a buzz and we look forward to next year where they probably can do something.
Yeah.
But for the Eastern Conference, Boston cakewalking straight to the finals as we predicted from the get-go.
Yeah, Boston.
And they look
And Porzingis will come back. And probably they don't need to. They probably can get him back for Game 4.
Yeah.
You know, get him back for Game
probably
4.
mess up the Knicks.
Yeah,
Going
probably.
into the finals.
Probably, but I don't see them winning this without that a mid-range shooter and a defender like Porzingis. Halford can manage play those minutes at his age. I think.
But them have used Cornet. Cornet is not more of a scorer. Tillman is there, but Porzingis is Porzingis.
To beat Dallas or Timberwolves,
Beat who?
they're gonna need
Beat
Porzingis.
Beat
Dallas
who?
or Timberwolves.
Or
Of course,
Dallas.
we're gonna go on to the West.
Oh, we switch up by the way. Or?
Yeah, but Porzingis is going to add back that comfort for Tatum and Brown to play off of, because Tatum and Brown, obviously they like being on the outside and the wing. So I think Porzingis being there gonna get them back to where they were mid-season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I think it's a key part, but I don't know if that would mess with the mix. But I think they're used to, and they have the thing with.
and what kind of offense Boston really run? You really watch them really not doing anything really. You know? It's just pure one-on-ones, and so I don't think there's any real chemistry for us for Porzingis to really mess up. Yeah, because they're not really playing any form of structure offense when you really
What is
watch
good
them.
about Boston? You know, they have 4 perimeter defenders. When you switch, they can guard anybody.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday,
Yeah.
Derek White,
Yeah.
Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum. Those 4 guard type players
Can guard.
can guard anybody once you switch. And the perimeter
Tatum is
defense,
6'8", 6'7",
6'9" or thereabouts.
6'9", yeah.
Jalen Brown, Derek
they-
White, Drew Holiday is one of the
I
best
think they said
perimeter.
Drew Holiday
Yeah.
is a key to that team. His defensive work.
Yeah, as I said, they both 4.
All four of them.
All 4 of them.
And D. White scoring and defending,
And shooting
creating.
lights out
A
from
matter of fact, he's the one who's creating offense for the team.
Yeah.
He's coming. He's like the point guard.
He's the one that, if him take the shot, he'll be like, oh, I'm going to score. But
Yeah.
Tatum pull up for that tree. I have no confidence in Tatum pulling up.
I have no.
Tatum to
He
me
looks
still.
slight, like he's
Tatum?
yeah.
He's playing, to me, he's playing one way. I'm not playing with enough variety in him.
So,
It's just
going
one
into
way.
the finals, Tatum might even want to play for the finals MVP. And that might even disrupt
the chemistry of the team.
chemistry of the
You don't
team.
think he just want the championship? You say he want more than
I
that?
want an MVP, man. He's the man. I said, he's the franchise player.
Boy.
But either which way,
Right now, it seems as if it's Brown is a franchise
Brown,
man.
yeah.
Brown getting paid the most now.
Yeah, it seemed that way.
Tatum will
'Cause
get
he
Europe
made the
next
big
year.
shot. He made the big shot. Him playing. Him scored 37 in the last
40.
game. 40, right?
Yeah.
See it there? More than one.
Yeah, so
So I'm
So
on
that's
that.
why-
Who's the man?
that's why the finals come.
said,
Tatum want to show say him the man.
All right.
Worse, you know, the real man are gonna come through and play them next
I
year.
will go to the West.
All
I will
right.
go to the
And
West.
You know,
so you
you know
have
the-
T-Wolves
Yeah,
and Mavericks.
the Mavs.
Mavericks leading 2-love now.
Yeah,
So you're saying
Done.
that's a wrap. Bring out the broom.
Dallas? I want Dallas in the finals still. But
You know I want that to the final.
yeah,
That's for
it's
years
going to
now
be a
I've been
good
telling
matchup.
people.
Dallas Boston will be definitely going to be
Even
a
Minnesota, Boston. will be
even
a-
Minnesota. But we know we want to, everybody wants to Luke and Kyrie
Yeah.
against Tatum and
Brown.
Ant-Man talking a lot, you know.
No,
Well,
I
Man say, all right, I got Jamal Murray, you know. I mean, Kyrie next. Kyrie got next.
yeah.
Kyrie come out game one. Left hand, right hand, dribble behind the back, crossover, pass, 3.
Yeah, I think Ant-Man and
I like Ant-Man. I like
Well, let's say
Ant-Man.
last week.
well,
I like
you know, I tell you,
Talks too much.
I don't like the talking.
I like the talking.
I don't like some of the talking that he has been doing, but it's a part of
Yeah, man. Chirping, you have-
him
you
because
have to value
that's
parts
why
of
I'm
the
coming in the
chirping.
game, but I don't like too much of the yapping. I can't.
And I'm sure Peter is a top chirper
I
as
like
well, you know.
Luca talking. I like Luca
Yeah,
talking.
Luka
I like
talk.
that type of
No, but
talking.
Luka talks all the while.
Yeah, but him
Even on the
don't talk
court.
like Ant-Man in the. No, Ant-Man
man,
doing a
Luka
different
is a
type of talking.
No, Luka, no man, you need to take
Luca
Luka.
is chirping on the court. Ant-Man is talking off. Most of them talking off the court.
Luka chirp off the court too.
Yeah, but Ant-Man Moses doing too much talk. And then look at how he's playing now.
Yeah,
He looks- he looks
Him hand
windy.
on him side,
Yeah,
like him want
Yes. And I
How
think
can-
to do
how-
so much defensive work, you're going to affect your offense.
Let me ask you something. Them comparing this little man named Ant-Man who's
No,
yapping
don't
and
call him
talking.
man, little man.
No, man. I remember them talking about MJ and them talking about MJ don't have a 3-point shot. That's what I'm saying. No?
Yeah.
I've never seen at 22 years old. You should have all the energy in the world.
Yeah.
At 22 years old, you have your hand on your side. When you tell the man stop, run back on the court, you know.
Tired.
Yeah.
You ever see MJ at 22 years
look what-
old?
and that
Green MJ at 22 years old holding him
And
waist.
that affect him execution, because even down the stretch,
Him not-
game yesterday,
him not
him
going
turn
to-
over the ball.
him not-
Up 2, him come off him feet and looking for a pass and throw the ball away.
Him playing horrible.
Go to the setup, go to the post, go to the pick and roll, get a play,
Yeah.
and you get a high percentage shot. But nah.
He's tired.
Well,
That's why I say when you're tired,
He's
it
winded.
affect your...
I think him talking too much. That's why I'm
he's talking,
tired.
making tired.
Yeah, man, him
Talking,
talking
making tired.
himself. No, but for real, when you really look at the couple of the last moments of both matches, just a jack up 3-point shot.
Like Tatum.
Turning over the ball, jacking up
Like
shot.
Tatum.
Exactly,
Tatum.
like Tatum. Let me say you don't have no moves.
Yeah.
Where's your moves? Go in the post and back down the man.
Go to the free throw line, get a foul. You're up 2, get a foul.
Man, them up 4 with about a minute and 20
to the
seconds
free
and,
throw line.
and lose the match.
Go to the free throw line.
Jump and spin and
Get a high percentage shot. Get Gobert in a pick and roll, you can throw alley-oop team or something.
I sorry, he's going to develop. But you know, the real problem is he never stay long enough in college. The one and done thing probably is affecting a lot of them because they still don't know how to play.
He's
Really,
doing good. No,
they-
he's doing good at He's doing good at 22. He just buck up into a beast. It's a close game.
beasts.
The 2 games were close, you know.
No, I
And
agree.
it
That's why I
came
think.
down
That's
to-
why I still think that they have a
And it
chance.
came down to the
He will
closer.
still have a chance.
The closer for both matches was who?
Luca.
Luka.
Yeah.
And Luka been playing ball from his 8-year-old.
Yeah,
He feel like him playing professional basketball from his Real Madrid from his like 12 years old.
I agree that Luke. But I told you guys that
And
Luca
what
is
Luka
better
do-
than LeBron James. I told you guys this already.
No,
No,
who tell that?
No, I told you guys 2 weeks ago that Luka Doncic is better than LeBron James.
Which you guys is that?
Huh?
Luka, well, I've been telling people for years now that Luka.
Put it this way, not defensively. Offensively, this man is by far superior to LeBron.
The man him just get him spot, I'm comfortable, and him just make a shot.
Yeah, but he has been
If it
doing
miss, it miss, but him do what him want to do.
Yeah.
Him make the play, him observe, and him survey, and be like, all right. Look at the matchup, Rudy Gobert in front of me, time to dance.
Yeah.
Have him dancing, I'm like, all right. If him overcome it, you know what he's going to do? Drive and get the foul.
Yeah.
He's going to drive and do a stop and just make him run in front and shoot and get an on one.
Yeah, man.
But you see that him have him dancing, and once him goes to now and swing him, and him step back, that's the sweet spot. Money. And on the other hand, don't go to the sweet spot, enforcing the dribble, him don't survey the land.
Man, take 9 3-point shot. 9 3-point shot. For man that for somebody who have the advantage of speed and power. You're taking 9 3-point. Nobody can guard you on the perimeter. Nobody on Dallas can guard him on the perimeter.
Yeah. And even so, you drive to the rim, you kick out. Nasri's on fire. You have shooters around you.
Exactly.
You have the shooters around you. Why are you taking that shot when you should
very
be driving?
Very passive.
And Karl Anthony Towns, from the 8-minute mark, he don't come back in the game.
I was wondering if he's injured.
No. It's just that Nasri is on fire. You need the rim protector or the so-called defensive player.
I thought that was a mistake by the coach. Though.
No, if
you had to put Towns back in that game.
With Towns is the best scorer on the side. You have to be Towns in the game.
Either you take out Rudy Gobert for that moment and leave Nas, because I think Nas is the X factor.
Yeah,
Nas on fire. I think you had to take out Rudy Gobert and Towns have to be in that game because he opened up the court more for Ant-Man.
Even bench Mike Conley then. If you want to have the bigs out there.
Conley doesn't serve no purpose at that moment.
He's the man that carried the ball and his experience.
Yeah, man, but come on, you can't have Anthony carrying out the ball in that
Daniels have to stay on
crucial...
the court because he's the
Daniels,
defender.
of course.
Ant have to stay on the court.
Yeah.
Nas would have to be on the court.
That's what based on the form.
So the pick was between Gobert
and Towns.
And you want the rebounds, you want the defense. But
come on, you can still get the rebound.
And you still can defend.
And you can still defend. Towns can hit you from outside.
But look at that. Defend who? You know what Lucas said when he made the shot? I can't repeat on air, people, because he was speaking Slovenian, according to him. I didn't know I know Slovenian, because those words are plain and clear English. And Luka is a bad man. He's a bad man.
Yeah, man.
Luka Doncic. We tell people, Luka the dad. I've been telling you years now. And you know what I like with Luka? Luka do it on the road.
Yeah.
Luka now wait till him go home and be like, all right, I'm going to drop 50 on you. I'm going to drop 40. Luka get 30
points. You think Luka was going to pass that ball?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Luka not making the right play.
Like LeBron.
Yeah, Luka not making the right play.
Luka making his play. Yeah.
The man has scored. The man has scored. The man not making the right play.
You think Ant is winded from the Denver series?
A little bit, yeah.
And he's working on both. He's working on both ends, and it's a 7-game series. And it's high-level basketball playing. But when you play in the regular season,
it's different.
It's just up and down running. And then this playoff run is the first member goes to deep.
So that's why you must always rate these two guys, Kobe and MJ. They play on both ends of the court, defense and offense.
And they never winded.
Yeah, I've never seen. To be honest, 1998, MJ was winded.
The flu game.
No, not the flu game. The last, I'm tired, man.
It was some stomach injury or something.
The last two, the flu game was a game before that.
Oh yeah, the last game.
But you see the last game him the gas, man. But hear what? Even when him gas him a push.
So who you think come for the steal? Remember him come on
from Carmelo.
And come the court.
He hit the last 6 shots. Last four. Him the layup before.
I know the famous push off.
And the
famous you can't call for MJ, right?
So Ant-Man gonna learn that.
Him young, I'm gonna learn.
No, but I'm saying he's young, so I'm tired. What am I doing night time? What go on?
Many people know Liam Bailey apart.
If they are too late or something. No, I'm 22 years. I'm not expecting for a whole inside that much.
I have no curfew, man. Yeah, but
anyway.
22. But so you give Minnesota a chance.
I think Minnesota. No, the games are close. The games are
even
close.
So when you look at it in the Denver series, they won 3 games on the road.
Yeah.
But the difference is Dallas has 2 closers.
That's a big deal.
If
Yeah.
Dallas,
And I
I
think
think-
Jamal
I
Murray
think-
was compromised in some way, you know.
I
I
think,
think he
yeah,
had a full.
yeah.
I think
He
he
got a
wasn't
leg
fully.
injury.
He wasn't fully
Yeah.
at it himself,
but
but
I mean, Denver was up 20.
yeah, half
third
time.
quarter.
Yeah, third quarter. Yeah, the start of the third
They were
quarter.
up 20.
Yeah.
So they should have closed out that game, but Minnesota fought back. Minnesota were up 18 yesterday
This year,
And
yeah.
lose.
and lost.
Alas.
Yeah.
But I think this game 3 going to be pivotal. Not because Dallas up 2 love. If Dallas don't go up 3 love, momentum is a thing in sports. Where momentum shift,
Can't control it.
cannot control it. And then Luka going to look like a hero and then turn into zeros, jacking up threes. The same shots he making now, him start missing.
Probably
Everybody
start
like,
miss.
why Luka is a volume shooter. But I think Luka is
Oh,
cerebral enough.
Yeah.
So if that shot not working,
He's going
Not
to try
good,
something different.
and then him have the pass,
Yeah.
and then him have Kyrie, who is an experienced campaigner, who has been there and done that, and who made that big shot and in Cleveland, and give LeBron that ring.
Yeah.
People always, I mean,
Yeah, man. We know same give
Yeah,
LeBron the
yeah.
ring, man. Just like Ray Allen give him the ring.
Yo.
Too. And Greg Popovich help
yeah,
too.
we take it.
Greg and Ray. Greg and Ray. Yeah, but you're right.
Kyrie's an experienced campaigner.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
mean,
You're right.
And they have some gritty players, Lively, Gafford,
Yeah.
PJ Washington. And the next key to Dallas that people don't really look at is Jason Kidd.
Oh, the coach.
The coach.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd is not a man that him just coaching. You know. Jason Kidd has been a player
Yeah.
that want a ring,
Yeah.
couldn't get a ring,
I'm gonna get one of
finally
Dallas.
get a ring,
The team that he started out with,
playing,
the Mavericks.
go to Suns. I mean, up and down career. I mean, seeing all these what Jason
New
Kidd is
Jersey Nets.
a legit player. You know.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
the kid went to back.
Finals.
Hold on, the kid, Jason Kidd brought went to finals with nobody. Kenyan, well, not call it Kenyan and nobody. Good rebounders and good defensive
man.
players.
Keith
Kenyan
Van
man, Richard
Kettles,
Jefferson.
Richard Jefferson.
Yeah.
Kittles,
Kittles,
yeah. Mad Dog.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
2 years.
New Jersey Nets. The Nets.
I remember that one.
Who was the center? McCullough? Was the
I
center?
don't remember who was it.
Yeah,
Well,
Shaq was just bullying them.
it was as Jason. It was almost like magic. It was like almost like magic. Fast pace, bam, 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 high flyers. You know,
And I think
the kid is
Jason Kidd-
legit.
And
Yeah.
coaching wise, I said it's showing. And him, I said him resting the players. You don't see Luka playing 48 minutes.
No.
You don't see Kyrie playing 48
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
Him have them on the court, we get one rest, playing.
You have to believe in your
34
bench, you know.
minutes.
You have to believe in your bench, you
At
know.
one point, I'm like, why Kyrie on the bench?
Yeah.
And you see, them get the rebound.
Hardy, you know, this Hardy start playing better now, right?
And him don't play Tim Hardaway because I realize Hardy is a better matchup in
Yeah.
this series.
Hardy's stronger.
And
He's
don't be
playing
surprised
good.
Tim Hardaway play in the finals and play a big role in the finals.
exactly,
So him
exactly.
know him personnel.
And Tim Hardaway is a man where them get on fire, you know.
Oh, God. 6, 7 threes raining.
Yeah, man, that jump shot like Ray Allen him have to, you know. See him off the ground and
So Jason Kidd don't get enough credit for managing these
Yeah,
players. 'Cause
you're
I
right.
seen him take out Kyrie. I'm like, why him take out Kyrie? And as Dallas get the rebound, timeout, Kyrie back in.
yeah.
For defensive purposes, and put size on the court, get the rebound, timeout right away. You put Kyrie back on the court. Kyrie can make them dance. There. So as I said, with that setup, Minnesota is younger. Even Minnesota's coach is younger. In terms of he's a coach, but you know, Jason Kidd have that player experience as well. With all the youngsters around, Cat still young, McDaniel's young, Alexander young, Ant young. Gobert to me is one of the
Mid-young.
most overrated players in the league.
Yeah.
And Mike Conley is the experienced journeyman, but yet still Mike Conley to me has never been proven. This is the furthest Mike Conley has probably
Yeah.
ever gone.
Yeah.
So you have a Mike Conley versus a Kyrie in terms of experience. Kyrie definitely edge. We have Luka who has been playing basketball for since IDM knee with that much experience. So
And
I think the edge goes with the experience
and I think
maps
mental
and the closing.
in terms of mentally too, I think Luka and Kyrie
Kyrie,
is strong
Stronger.
is
2 games
strong.
already seen.
Yeah,
Kyrie
stronger.
scores 7 points in game and off the chat, and keep them in the game.
Yeah.
And once it close, we're gonna go. The
Yeah,
experience, man.
you have to go with the ones who don't care
Guys.
whether the ball going or not. But
Guys,
yeah,
we in the last minute, and I wanted to say something that I didn't say in my commentary
go
because I
ahead.
was driving. So back at the stadium, we saw in the match that was before the highlight match, the feature match, we saw Kaim Dixon score 2 goals for Arnett Gardens and provide a assist. And it would be remiss of me to highlight what took place at the stadium without pointing out how much this guy is growing as one of the best forwards in Jamaica. And and being the person who, one of the people who first started championing the cause of Kaim Dixon, I just started with, I would like to renew my call for this guy to start for the Reggae Boys, because the guy is a goal machine, and I don't care what the man on the left hand side of the screen have to say about it. I'm telling you, Kaim Dixon is the truth. But sports commentary wouldn't be remiss without me just adding one quick thing. You guys know like a song about intellectual murder people edition. You remember the guy who did that song?
Yeah, yeah.
Skeng. I saw a video the other day with that guy Skeng on stage in Guyana, and they brought him on stage in a wheelchair, with drip hanging on. You guys saw the video?
Yeah, I
And
saw
then
the
he just jump alive and just come alive and start jump up on the stage. Unfortunately, that never happened to Freddie McGregor. The man then bring Freddie McGregor up on the stage in a wheelchair at a reggae show and start to play the music. At first, I thought it was a stunt. Are they really bringing Freddie McGregor on the stage? And when the music start, them push the mic in front of Freddie's face, and everybody around him was dancing. He's like an old man at a birthday party. You know, like it's your 100th birthday party, and everybody's having fun except you. And I see the man them jumping around Freddie McGregor. And when the time comes for Freddie saying, tired of taking the blame, might as well play the game. There was no singing. And I'm saying, guys, it's time them stop bring Freddie McGregor on the stage. There's no miracle going to happen, and it's sad because Freddie McGregor is an icon of reggae music and dancehall. I'm sure you guys agree. I felt away. I don't care how much money is involved. They should not bring the great man on the stage, play the music and jump around and dance and so on. It's just not a good look.
Yeah, I don't like that as
And
well.
one more thing is not a good look. I'm sorry, guys. In the last minute of Primal, Jamaica Table Tennis Association is going to be elected by 39 delegates. 39 people are going to vote for a sport that is pleasing to millions. And yet, this small group of people who have somehow secretly qualified to vote for the president. Do you know there are 3 candidates running for president? And in a 39-man vote, it only takes, I worked out the maths, it takes about 13 people to choose the president of table tennis for Jamaica. That's ridiculous. You know how much people choose the prime minister? Millions. And we are having 13 people decide who will run table tennis in Jamaica. I'm very concerned.
Yeah,
What
I
club, for
I think
example,
the people who are deciding it's not you.
it's not me. Kian, let me make the point that there's one table tennis club, have a man with 5 national titles represent Jamaica. There's another man in the same club have 4 national titles. There is another man with 2 national titles. He should have had more. But when you add up these national titles, none of these guys have a voice as to who is running table tennis in Jamaica.
Forget about the one with 3 too. The other man with 3.
Yes. One club alone in Jamaica has so many great players for Jamaica who have no voice in this process, right? And it is a shame that 13 people will decide who is going to run table tennis in Jamaica. No wonder we're doing so badly.
Yeah.
But you know what I say, I have a saying, I saying, when push come to shove, everybody going to put the blame on me. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I have to say.
All right. The constitution will have to change in order to fix that. But guys, we're out of time.
Just a quick update on the cricket. Again, West Indies made 207 for 7 after 20 overs. South Africa 111 for 2 after 9.
The pitch, it sounds like a batting pitch, man. Like them condition the pitch better this time.
Well, I mean,
all right.
It sounds like South Africa in the pole position to take this one.
All right, we'll have to wrap up now. So I want to thank Rudolph Speid, the head coach of Cavaliers, and also technical, the technical director.
He's the director of the technical committee.
And a former Teachfield High School student.
And former Teachfield High School student.
Don't forget
for taking
part.
the time out to come on Primal here today to speak about the victory in the Premier League for Cavaliers.
Cavaliers. It was a well-run Premier League. And hats off to Cavaliers again. I mean, to wrap up the show.
Yes.
I mean,
And guys,
Basketball,
congrats.
Luka.
You guys had 35,000 viewers and you did quite well even without the services of your top producer. And there
All
are
right.
some flaws
Oh,
which need to
Joel,
be
big up
corrected.
Joel for me. Thank you.
But we need to tell him we won't be on the air next week.
Yeah, next
Yeah.
week there'll be no Primal show, but we'll be back the week after. And by that time, we'll have the NBA finals. I mean, track and field is looming. We
Yeah.
have UFC. We have table tennis to talk
And the
about.
French Open as
French
well.
Open is about to start. I mean, sports is always
We have
happening.
that big
Yeah.
race
And we
today.
bring it to you live. I mean, all the updates, all the scores, and we keep it Primal. So
All right, so thank you guys from Fit FM 96.7, Primal 4K app, Facebook, YouTube, the World Wide Web for the continual support of our show here, Primal Sports. Have a good evening.
one love from the Primal Sports Desk. Peace.